Hello, my friends. Today I am back to recap the very first episode of the Pink Bracket in All Stars 10, The 8 Ball. This is the bracket that I was most excited for, and in just one episode, I can see why. Before we begin, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that wished me a happy birthday. That is why this video has been delayed by a day. I love you and I appreciate all of you. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. Just like the orange bracket, the pink bracket were paraded on the main stage one by one, with Rue and Michelle narrating in slightly different outfits. We even get a cameo from Weather Girl T.S. Madison. They are really committed to this bit. Jorgeous gets my top toot for best entrance look. This is absolutely next level gorgeous. However, Nicole Paige Brooks said my favorite things when she was being introduced. She says, "I didn't have to change my face to change my career, but some of these girls did." I felt like that was direct shade to Phoenix, her drag daughter, because at the time they were beefing, and Phoenix, I love you, but you've clearly changed your face. She also said that her pronouns are icon and legend. And yes, they are. If you are being introduced to Nicole Paige Brooks for the very first time, I feel bad for you. Go back and watch season 2. Nicole Paige Brooks is in a league like no other. And that's all I'm going to say. The girls who get it, get it. The girls who don't, don't. Just like the orange bracket, Rue explains the rules to the pink bracket. Rue then announces that for the very first maxi challenge, the girls will be throwing an 8 ball, a magic 8 ball. They will need to create one high fashion look incorporating 8 different items within their own 8 ball. Now, I want to just say, I love design challenges. They are my absolute favorite on Drag Race, but this was not a ball. A ball to me is a few different looks. This was an unconventional materials design challenge because some of the materials that they chose, like Tina's lampshade, Mistress's giant beads, they felt more unconventional materials. It was not a ball, but it's fine. I just had to say that. Back in the workroom, the queens are sizing each other up. It was really funny watching this part because pre-season Nicole revealed that they didn't know who Lydia was. Only Mistress did because she was roasted by her on season 17. So a lot of them are pretending like they know her when they don't. And it is so obvious. They're like, "Oh, hey, wow, you've come back really soon." But they have no idea who Lydia is. And Nicole had mentioned that they had been told by production to pretend like they knew who Lydia was. So right off the bat, Tina and Mistress have a frenemy situation going on. Tina believes Mistress to be a pot stirrer and untrustworthy after she randomly posted this image of Tina on X or Twitter wearing a rainbow wig, despite having never met before. An alliance forms very quickly between the two Brooks girls, Nicole and Mistress, because they share the same last name. No relation, by the way. Nicole wants to push the Brooks family name to the end, but Mistress reveals in confessionals that her plan is to make an alliance with everybody, not just Nicole, and watch them act first and then act in turn. This is why Mistress is such good TV. She's not afraid to take it there. Jorgeous and Mistress already know each other from way back when, and Kerry wants to make a Texas alliance between herself, Mistress, and Jorgeous. Lydia and Tina don't really say it, but there is an unofficial alliance formed between the two of them as well. There is also a little bit of a flirtation happening between Tina and Lydia. And I was like, oh, Corey King has something to say. I like that they've already capitalized on this. If you go watch the pit stop, Corey King is the guest. And she said that if the video gets 1 million likes, she will make a cameo of Corey Burner. The pink bracket wasted no time in being messy. After the girls get their magic 8 balls, it's clear that some of them are intimidated by the fact that Lydia has made all her costumes in her original season. And really, Lydia is an unknown threat because they never got to watch her on her season, aside from Mistress sort of, so they don't know what to expect. Rue comes in for a walkthrough and it is very clear at that point where the edit was going. Tina talks about how she's never won any maxi challenges on her season because she wasn't giving herself 100%, and the edit was there. I'm a huge Tina Burner fan. I think I've mentioned this before on my Instagram. She recently opened up about being diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and as one neurodivergent girly to another, I say welcome. On Elimination Day, Lydia asks Mistress if she would adopt her if she makes it into the top 2. Another edit. Let's be real, you want Mistress in your corner. She's shady, she knows how to play games, and she loves adopting little baby queens like Sugar and Spice. And then the drama starts because Tina Burner says you don't want to trust Mistress, and they start getting into it about who's been more booked and blessed and who slid into whose DMs. Mistress is trying to rile Tina up. It's working, but Tina's like, "You're not going to make me crack." I just knew the pink bracket was going to be the one. So on the main stage this evening, we have RuPaul looking fabulous, we have Michelle looking very classic, we have T.S. Madison, and extra special guest judge Suzanne Bosch. Category is 8 Ball Eleganza, and I gave my top 2 to Mistress Isabelle Brooks. I really like this look. It really worked. Everything that she put together, it looked amazing. I'm a big fan. An oscillating fan. So it's time for the judges' critiques, and first up we have Georges. She is commended for constructing a garment that shows off her body given her stature. This is fine. I didn't love it, but she always looks muggy. You know, the mug is stamped. Kerry is up next, and the judges really liked this whole Medusa, Xena Warrior Princess vibe. It was a bit too simple for my liking, but Kerry is always going to look absolutely amazing. Lydia is given her flowers for putting together a very successful 1980s outfit. It was so Lydia, she has such a distinct style that you could pick out from anywhere. Michelle says that she loves Mistress's leopard print, of course, but she is clocked for giving the same silhouette that they have seen a few times on season 15. Next we have Nicole Paige Brooks, and Mama, I love you, but this is awful. It looks way too crafty. Michelle and T.S. Madison say that Nicole needs to be bigger and draggier. Nicole isn't really known for big makeup and big drag, and it has been a very long time since she was on Drag Race, where Drag Race has evolved since. And I'm not saying that all queens have to wear a lot of makeup, but if you're on a show like this, where you've got cameras and lighting, you need to drag it up, girl. Last but not least, we have Tina Burner, who really did the most. She made a fur coat that was lined with a zipper. She made pants, a shirt. It was truly amazing, and I would have given her my top 2, but I really don't like this color palette. The brown and the gold isn't super my vibe, but I am super proud for Tina for stepping it up, and this is the best constructed look out of all of them. Back on the main stage, the top 2 are Tina Burner and Lydia Collins. I absolutely agree, despite seeing online that a lot of people disagree. I do think this would have been a good opportunity for a rivalry lip sync between Tina and Mistress. However, I don't think that Mistress was robbed. Yes, it was my favorite look, but it did look similar to a lot of things we've seen before, and I'm wondering if they didn't give her the win because it would generate drama in the next week's episode. The queens performed to Love Sensation by Loletta Holloway, and can I just say, we were blessed to get another disco lip sync from Lydia in 2025. She tore that up. I was so gagged. Tina did well too, but Lydia just had me from the jump. And so Lydia wins the lip sync, earning herself 3 points, and Tina gets herself 2 points. The other queens must have been quaking seeing Lydia return so soon after her original season, only to dominate in the very first episode. The bottom 4 queens are told about the MVQ points, which will be handed out next episode. And from what I see in the preview, it looks like it's going to get very juicy. Next week is a rapping roast, which I'm super excited for, including extra special guest judge Chapel Roan, who I love. Now, who doesn't want that? So my friends, what did you think of the very first episode of the Pink Bracket? Did you agree/disagree with the judging choices? Are you living for this set of queens? Don't forget to watch this week's Untucked because it is very fun. There's a lot of good drama, especially between Nicole Paige Brooks, Mistress, Georges, etc. So go watch it. I can't wait to hear all of your thoughts, and I'll be back very soon with another video.